Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Today we have a ton of exciting stories. I'm talking specs, release dates, and more on upcoming GPUs from both Nvidia and AMD. Image sharpening is being brought to more cards, and big news on the future of Intel. But first, check out today's sponsor, Drop, formerly known as MassDrop, a group buy website with amazing deals on PC hardware. It's free to sign up, and if you do it today, you'll get $20 off your first drop-made items. So head to the link in the description below. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, it looks like AMD is planning to announce a new GPU in just a few days. The news was originally reported by Video Cards, who was told about a press conference AMD held regarding upcoming Navi GPUs. Now, as I've said many times in the past, Video Cards is one of the most reliable leakers, and they certainly seem pretty confident in this, so their source is likely trustworthy. With that said, it's always good to be at least a bit skeptical of leaks. Either way, I'm talking about both a mobile and desktop version of the RX 5500 or 5500 XT, because throughout the article, Video Cards references a 5500 but lists it in the graph as a 5500 XT. No worries, I have a story about that later. As far as the specs of this GPU, it's about what you'd expect given the name. It's a mid-range GPU that's made to go against Nvidia's GTX 1650 and seems to replace the RX 560, to which thank you, it's about time. When it comes to specs, the 5500 apparently comes with 1408 stream processors, which is a huge jump from the 560, and while not confirmed, up to 8GB of GDDR6 on a 128-bit bus. Now, that sounds like a lot, but games definitely are requiring more and more RAM. As far as release, AMD is apparently planning on announcing them October 7th, with availability coming later this quarter. One interesting fact is that Video Card source said that AMD compared it to the RX 480, which given this is in fact replacing the 460, that's a big jump and definitely makes me want to see higher end models. Speaking of faster models, Nvidia isn't taking this sitting down. I've gone over the GTX 1660 Super and 1650 Ti in the past, and we got a date of October 22nd for the 1650 Ti, but now we've got the 1660 Super. According to IT Home, which was one of the earlier leakers of the cards, the GTX 1660 Super is positioned for release on October 29th, clearly trying to preempt AMD's upcoming Navi models. Also, according to IT Home, the price could be around 200 UN or $28 cheaper than the 1660 Ti. And neither Nvidia or AMD GPU news stops there. Resident leaker Momomo_US found a recent filing by Gigabyte to the EEC. In it, you can see the company lists a 55XT, which is almost certainly for the 5500 XT, meaning the upcoming GPU could be the 5500 XT, or maybe there's two. Either way, something is coming soon, and it does look to have 8GB of RAM. Better yet, also according to the filing, it appears the 1650 Ti will actually be the 1650 Super, at least if this is true. Honestly, it kind of makes more sense that way, though with the 1660 Ti, I don't have a clue what Nvidia is thinking when it comes to their naming scheme. Next up for today, AMD's image sharpening feature that was first brought to the 5700 series of GPUs and more recently a slew of Polaris cards is finally making its way to Vega and Radeon 7. For those who don't know, Radeon image sharpening is a low-impact, algorithm-based sharpening technique that intelligently sharpens parts of a game that needs it. It's mostly useful for games that have a lower resolution than your monitor, as well as to fix blurring issues with anti-aliasing. The feature is available on Vega 56, 64, Frontier, and Radeon 7 via AMD's most recent driver update, so make sure to grab that as soon as you can. Finally for today, we have a really big story from Intel that seemed to go under the radar. In a recent talk at UC Berkeley, Senior VP at Intel Jim Keller discussed the future of Intel CPUs, and he actually stated that the company is working on something, quote, significantly bigger than Sunny Cove, which is what their 10nm Ice Lake chips are based on, and it's their first real successor to Skylake. Unfortunately, according to their roadmap, it doesn't seem the next significant update will come until 2021, but what's interesting is that Keller actually said it would have massive data branch predictors as well as put Intel back on a linear performance growth each generation. Now, that may sound really vague, almost like marketing speak, and in a way it is, but real linear performance growth really hasn't been done for quite a while, and the fact that he's willing to bash their current gen tech to hype it kind of tells a lot. He even discussed Intel's poor mindset of iterative updates over the last decade or so. Basically, new competition is spurring the company to finally innovate and create real updates. 2021 can't come soon enough. So while that does it for today, what did you think of the news? Excited for the future of Intel, or are you ready for all the new GPUs coming soon? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe. And as always, have a great day.